With your vehicle safely raised and supported, take off all 6 lug nuts using a 21mm socket, and then remove the wheel. If your wheel is stuck on like this one, go ahead and thread a lug nut back on. Get a large rubber mallet and hit it from the backside. Always hit the tire, not the rim. There we go. And remove your wheel. With the wheel off, I'm going to start here, take this fitting off, unscrew it. Now mine is in poor condition and I actually have to work at it for about half an hour to just break it free because it was spinning the whole line with it. If it is spinning the whole line, you can spray it with rust penetrant, work back and forth at it, give it a few taps with a hammer. That should hopefully break it free. So remove this most of the way. And I'm removing this one first because I know the other fitting at the top of this brake hose is already not coming off. I tried to work at that one too. I worked it back and forth. Nothing good is happening. So I'm going to take this off here and then basically spin the hose off of the fitting. Okay, that's loose. Now you can take a screwdriver or pliers or whatever you want to do and remove this clip here. This is going to break free the hose from this bracket. At this point you will lose fluid, so make sure you have something that's going to catch that fluid. Do the same to this little clip here, remove that. If it's kind of stuck, once I work it out, I like to use some needle nose pliers, grab onto it, and just twist it right off of there. And with a small hammer, make sure the hose breaks free. Now with the hose removed from the bottom, I'm going to use a 10mm wrench and hold this fitting in place. And with some locking pliers, I'm going to twist the hose and unscrew it from this line. Well, I've been fighting with this for about 15 minutes, managed to break the brake hose off of there. Well, I got it broken free. I had to end up using 2 locking pliers, and only then would it come off. So now go ahead and take this off the rest of the way. As you can see, it is severely rusty in there. Take your new brake hose and thread it on to this fitting. And no, I'm not going to use locking pliers to snug this up because remember, I can't turn my fitting. I'm actually going to use an 18mm wrench right on this flat area right here where it mounts into its bracket, and I'm going to snug it up that way. All right, that's nice and tight. So I'm going to remove this locking plier. In order for this brake hose to fit into this bracket, the cutouts have to be perpendicular to the frame. I'm going to grab this right here. And I'm not squeezing hard at all on this, just enough to hold it. Okay, make sure it goes through, and then put your clip in and tap it into place, seat it all the way. Next, connect the brake hose to this bracket, and I'm actually going to lock it in. And now connect your brake line to the brake hose. Okay, go ahead and snug this up, make it nice and tight. And now you're going to perform a gravity bleed. So take off this cap, open up the bleeder screw with an 8mm. Once you have a steady drip of brake fluid here with the gravity bleed, go ahead and close this off. And you definitely want to perform a manual brake bleed. So what that means is you have someone in the vehicle stepping on the brake, pump up the brakes. Of course, check the master cylinder and make sure it stays full throughout this whole process. Once they've pumped up the brakes 3 to 4 times, open up the bleeder screw. Fluid's going to come out, possibly some air. There is definitely air because there's air in this hose. Once the pedal has reached the floor, go ahead and close this off. Have the person inside the vehicle pump up the brakes again. Hold the brake pedal, open it up, and so on and so forth until you have no more air coming out. At that point, cap it off and let's put on the wheel. Next, get the wheel back on. Start on all 6 lug nuts, and then I'll bottom them out, torque them to 83 foot-pounds.